Probably one of the most underrated silhouettes from the Jordan line, and I understand why, but come on, man. These things these things are beautiful. Let's talk about them. Right off the bat, man, let's talk about the box. The box ain't nothing to write about. You got the classic two-tone box that I believe also Jordan 7s come in, Jordan 8s as well. Nothing to write home about. But again, let's talk about the thing that actually matters. This shoe, man. This shoe is an OG. Even though Michael Jordan famously never wore this shoe with the Bulls, he did wear it in the NBA when he was still playing, but not until he was playing with the Wizards. So even though this is an OG colorway, now as far as I think the most iconic thing or most iconic element from this shoe has to be the outsoles. The outsoles, different wording for different things in different languages. You also have like some kanji, you have kind of this like glove pattern on it, and you know, you have some other designs here. I also love the Jumpman with the 23 here in the actual heel. But the reason why there's a lot of kind of like an international vibe to this specific shoe is because Jordan wanted to really commemorate the globalization of the sport of basketball, and they were kind of like attributing that popularity outside of the states to Michael Jordan. So that's why they wanted to go with this specific kind of like theme around the whole shoe. So the 9, not only does the outsole have a glove and it has words in different languages, it also has here in the heel tab a little rubber glove with a Jumpman logo in the front. Really cool little detail, and it kind of makes this specific silhouette very unique. As far as the midsole, it is all polyurethane, and it does have an encapsulated air unit on both the heel and the forefoot. I found out that it has basically the same kind of like setup as a Jordan 8, so not too much to write home about in that. This is definitely not a shoe that I would ever wear on court. They are boots. They are heavy as hell. I do have the Jordan 9s City of Flight, which is also one of my favorite shoes. Yeah, I wore them while traveling, and I can safely say it's a rugged sneaker. It's not something that I would definitely hoop in nowadays, because yeah, it feels like a boot. It looks like a boot. It probably feels like a boot. So yes, so not a lot there to write home about. As far as the material, one thing that I really do love about the upper and the leather on the upper is the cuts. The cuts, they dyed the leather in the inside the same powder blue as you see in the midsole and in the actual booty inside the shoe. So it kind of like plays a whole theme of, you know, powder blue throughout the whole shoe, and it actually like it makes it look very nice at certain angles, and it kind of makes it a little more interesting than just a white sneaker. The material, it's, you know, it's a very smooth leather, really tight kind of leather. Again, I don't really like the finish that the Jordan brand kind of puts on their shoes some of the times, because I know that they make them look shiny and everything, but it also kind of makes the leather sometimes feel a little cheap, which kind of worries me as to how this shoe is gonna age. But there's only one way to find out how that's gonna do, and again, that's by wearing it. But again, I'm a big proponent of wearing your shoes. Obviously, I think that shouldn't even be something to be a proponent about. That should be the given. That should be what everybody should be doing with their shoes. So I'm really interested to see how this shoe actually ages. One thing that I also do like specifically on the Jordan 9, and it's all Jordan 9s, is the midsole. Like, the midsole is one of the more iconic things when it comes to this. You got these sort of like teeth on the side. I like to call them like dinosaur teeth on the side, and also here in the interior side of the shoe. It's just really nice, really cool to look at. And yeah, it's just a very iconic shoe, man. The Jordan 9, if one thing it does remind me of, not just a boot, but it also reminds me kind of like a dinosaur. You know, you got like these sort of scales here, but they're more so like just punched in holes that give it this really nice texture, and I don't know why it reminds me of dinosaurs a lot, but I really do like these shoes. I think the powder blue just makes them pop so good. The tongue here in the center, all black, kind of like breaks up that monotonous white throughout the whole shoe. And you know, again, the neoprene booty like sock inside of the shoe makes this a very form-fitting shoe. So one thing I will say about Jordan 9s is that they typically you might be okay if you don't have a narrow foot by going true to size, but me personally, for the Jordan 9s, I go at least half a size up because they are very form-fitting shoes because of the sock. And they're also kind of narrow when it comes to the actual toe box. So they're a little bit narrower than other shoes. And let's say like Jordan 3, definitely I recommend you going up half a size. But without further ado, I'm gonna pop these on feet, see how they feel. I already know how they feel because I kind of already tested them, but hey, let's try out some looks, man. I really do like this shoe. It is one of the better Jordan colorways, specifically when it comes to OG colorways. I don't know, I feel like any deviation from the Chicago colorway, from the classic OG red, black or white colorways are always going to be very welcome. I like the powder blue. I just like baby blue. It's just a very nice color to look at. So overall, man, I'm just very happy that I finally have an OG. One thing I didn't mention though, it doesn't have the 23, the iconic 23 here in the heel that you see in other Jordan 9 colorways. But again, the OGs from when these came out in 93 or 94, they didn't have a 23 in the back. They kept him just like that. I believe it's because he had retired and they didn't know if he was going to come back to play Michael Jordan. So they kind of left that, you know, just open. So it wasn't until I believe like what was the last time this one retroed? The first time this shoe retroed that actually had the 23 in the back, that's, you know, that's not how the OGs are. So in essence, kind of, these are truer to the OG colorway of 1994. So very excited to have this in my collection, very excited to have it and just have like a different OG that's not black or red or white, you know, or cement gray. But folks, you let me know what you think of the Air Jordan 9 powder blues. Do you like this shoe? Do you like the OG? Do you like that they stay true to the OG design and kept the 23 off of it? What do you think of Air Jordan 9s? These are one of the more underrated silhouettes alongside the number 7s, in my opinion. So I really am interested to see what you think about the Air Jordan 9s. But folks, I've been True Fernie. This has been True Fernie. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up and subscribe. If you didn't like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs down because believe it or not, every single bit helps. Links to my socials are down below. Please make sure to follow me on Threads, where I spend most of my waking hours talking about sneakers, gaming, music, anime, anything that might interest you as my viewer. Also, make sure to follow me on Instagram and TikTok, where I upload more of this same sneaker content, but in short form, and you know, where I just kind of like spending most of my waking hours, to be honest. Also, you know, Threads as well, but it is what it is. But folks, without further ado, please take care of each other, but most importantly, take care of yourself and the OGs, man. Can't go wrong with OGs. Peace.